All right, so let's get started. And today we're gonna review a Masters DPS player. And if you would be interested in like getting a VOD review for yourself or your team, then my rates are in the description below. Limited time offer, $3 individual review, $5 for team review per session, like unlimited number of maps within reason. And your first like uploaded review is free. If you want to be in VC though, you would have to pay the rate. My Discord is in the description, and if you'd be interested, just feel free to add me on Discord.
2, 1.
So,
Round 1. Capture.
so we were playing Tracer, and like right here, you mark the ball. Mark the ball. So like the thing with your comp is that like this is really just like either force the point or like try to run their backline. But in order to like run their backline successfully without like taking a shit ton of damage, then you have to like keep these like players and this player at bay, and to a lesser extent the hog. But the hog's gonna be pretty slow. If your team can rush down the backline before the hog's a thing, then sure. So like your job here, mark the ball, mark the Genji, mark the you know, Hog if you can. Like Hog can be a bit dicey to 1v1 because you risk like this getting surprise hooked, whatever. But like just make space for your team, for your Kree to like take angles. Make space for like your Rhine to like push up and potentially run over the backline with speed boost. Or if your team's forcing the point, then at least like keep these threats at bay so like your team can get as much percentage as possible. But right here, let's see what happens. No, you don't want to shoot at the hog. That's inconsequential damage, and you have to reload, which is bad here because you could have been shooting at this ball. And like all right off the bat, you should be checking the right flank anyways. Nothing's interesting gonna happen here for like the next 10-15 seconds. But right here, like there could be a ball, there could be some other flanker. Like probably only ball now because like Tracer would have to take this longer flank, but like ball is a really common pick on this map, so you should be anticipating it. Okay, do you want to take the duel with this ball, or do you want to run away from the duel? Like right here, you're not doing significant poke damage. You're only done like 32 damage. So like if you want to like poke out this ball, you have to blink closer, which I think you can do. You have recall and you have like blinks to use. Well, you have like almost 2 blinks to use. You can also like utilize health packs like if you want to like further the duel, but like you should be decisive. Do you want to take this duel with the ball, or do you want him to like come in potentially so that I can at least get help from your Ana? Either is fine, but I think you can take the duel like right now. Keep the ball as far away from your backline as possible. Do you really want to go for Ana here? I mean, Far here? Well, like, you have a Kree, but Kree is not in a really good position. Kree is, like, dead right now. And Kree's not in a really good position. So, like, all this Far has to do is literally just boost her up and play, like, this roof. So, like, right here, how you protect your team from this Far, you mark the ball. Or you mark the Genji here. By preventing them from like distracting your backline, you prevent like that coordinated engage. Like you prevent the Pharah from just like barreling into your backline with ball like posing a distraction. So like you protect your team here by marking the ball. Okay, you good. You're marking the Genji a bit. You really want to take that, like, short distance thing? I mean, long distance. So right here, shooting the ball, do you want to, like, go and take the duel with this ball? Or, like, do you not? If you want to take the duel with this ball, move closer. But if you don't, then don't even shoot the ball. Like, look somewhere else. Look for, like, another target. Maybe look for this far and, like, start shooting her. But you want to avoid doing those long damage like poke. It doesn't really do much. Good. You go for the like the farm. Now try to like play here. Try to like get in a position where you can like go for this Ana. If your team wants to push this, then like be in a position to like do it. to like follow up.
The objective is
So
now
you decide to take the long flank. It's a bit risky considering like there's respawns coming. But more importantly, your team's like kind of like recoiling back to point. So like the thing is, the enemy team can like stall the point. They have ball can just roll around. You don't really have an off tank that can really like peel for the like, you know, contest the ball that well. So like now that your team's playing defensive, you have to play defensive as well. Because like if you go for this honor right now, they can just look at you and like your team isn't going to help you. Your team's like forcing the point while you're looking for like blood. So like even if like eventually they give up the point, your team doesn't really have the tools for stalling the point. So like the best play you could do here is probably like recognize, hey,
the objective is now
hey, it doesn't look like my team wants to like push Diana. It doesn't like look like my Zarya's in a really good position to push this. Like, why does he have 2 energy? Interesting, but like now that I see like your team's not doing anything, I'd probably just like play like more defensive. Just like put like damage into this ball. Make it so that like your team is able to force the point as easily as possible. And like eventually if the ball gets killed, the targets will eventually come to you. They have to like contest point. Okay, so go for this Ana, but you have like 1 blink in the chamber, you have recall, but take a bit of damage. You should be like blinking this way, like use this cover. And like the Ana's already being healed, so like you are distracting the Ana from like healing this ball, but like there isn't like that much that like your team can follow up on it. And like more importantly, if they turn back, if like the hog turns back, which is okay, because like this ball is just going to like stall and like there's not enough damage to really decisively kill this ball, then like all the hog has to do is like shoot you once and you're dead.
I'm securing the objective. Anyone want
Okay. So right here you're fighting a 2v4, and now it's a 3v4, but okay, so you're shooting like the ball, but you're in their LOS. Do you really want to be fighting this? And more importantly, do you really want to be committing resources right now to like a 3v4 when you could just wait a couple seconds and fight a 5v4, which is much better? So like you go for like ball and you get antied. You decide to go for this Ana with Pulse Bomb. Given that there's like not a lot of pressure right now, this Ana's gonna like anticipate it so easily. And like you blink twice, you have 0 blinks now, you recall, and now that your team is coming back and like making it like an actual like equal fight, you have no resources, you have nothing to work with now. So like you're basically like forced to like shoot this ball like when he's like actually going in, which is like not ideal.
Now,
And you don't have like recall, so hey, you try to like pressure this Ana. Hey, almost killed the Genji.
rendezvous at my position?
But yeah, you don't want to take that fight. Hey, you mark the ball good. Keep marking the ball. Keep
Group up. Nano, ready to deploy.
good.
Die wieder.
Okay. So you deepen your flank. That's good. Okay, reset. Your team should reset. Okay, at least you're not feeding in. That's fine. You could go for like Vara here. You could just blink like to this central pillar and easily get Vara. It's not like she's gonna get healed. She can't.
feeling sleep.
But if you're not going for this Ana, don't go in. Your team isn't there yet. You can't go for this Ana. No, no, don't. they're just all gonna look at you and like there's nothing like your team can't punish that. Your team can't take advantage of that. So like they're just gonna spend all that time like just trying to clear you out, and
Time's up.
is it even gonna make a difference? It isn't like like your team's like going to push in and then you're dead, and they're just gonna like fight the 6v5. They're happy to do it.
My ultimate is
Hey, you
fully
kill the
charged.
Ana with
Get
pulse
in there.
bomb, but now like your team still isn't like there. So like now they know you're there. Like they see you in the kill feed, and like they're just gonna focus you now. Like this Genji's
Oh, sorry,
going
cat.
to go for you. You almost killed the Genji, but like, uh, the numbers were too much in their favor.
Wicked.
Okay. So. Um. So you're setting up to the left. For the left side. Sure. Is this really that good of a flank? Like, given the rotating right side, some of them, like, you should... Okay, you have some of them rotating this way.
Nap time.
Why? You can't peek this. Like, probably the best thing you can do is, like, just chill or, like, you know, put some poke pressure in the ball. You already forced out, like, the adaptive shield. That's good. But don't peek this. Your team isn't, like, your team's still kind of, like, poking. And, like, if you want to, like, go for, like, the backline, then you have to be close to the backline. You have, like, no business just peeking, like, main.
Back in the fight. Back in the fight.
Yeah, I think you could move closer. You could move closer to this Ana. You have recall.
I am on fire.
This is not your time. Back in the
Let me
fight.
see.
Heroes never die.
I am on fire.
Justice. This is not your time.
I am ready.
Thank you.
Alright.
The online.
友人の KO か
Get healed.
Okay, your team has killed the Genji. Good. Okay, betrayed for some reason.
I'm on the objective.
Okay, your team's like far from being able to put point pressure here. Like to take advantage of the point pressure. Like all they have to do is they literally just like look at you. They force you out. Like they don't have to kill you. They force you out. And you don't have resources, and like, boom, their team just like fights a 6v5. So this is really early.
This is not the end.
So they decide to go for their Ana.
Overtime.
This is not. I'm on the objective. This is not the end.
So you go for like the Ana, but you only have a diva in the fight. So like look at like this diva isn't a threat without like something like, you know, without the rest of your team to at least push this. So they're all just gonna look at you again, and like they're just all gonna force out your resources.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kill the Ana. Like I don't know why they didn't look at you.
Overtime.
Sorry. I'm on the objective. This is.
And you also hear someone like behind, so like remember, like in this matchup, it's probably going to be more valuable to like mark ball than it is to like just always go for this Ana. And sure, this Ana has like kind of died because they're not paying attention, but like that's their fault. That's their fault. Like right here, probably like your team isn't really like ready, so like maybe you just like even set up here, that's fine. I'd be okay with you setting up like over here, waiting for your team to push in. Well, I guess someone had to touch point. Sure. Like maybe like D.Va should be touching the point, but like D.Va should be touching point, but and he had to touch point, sure, but you go over this Ana, you have to touch point. Hey, how does this Ana die?
I'm on the objective. This is not the end.
Like the thing that got into this in the first place was that you just contested point way too early, so like they knew to like hold point.
Sorry, Cap. Sorry, Cap.
Just like old times.
So right here.
I'm taking the point.
So their Genji's in. I think your team's good with this Genji. Focus on like distracting them, like at least for a brief bit. Like the difference in between like the time your team was forcing point and the time that your team is like here is that like there's actually like something they can kill, and like the thing that can stop them from it is like if like let's say this far Mercy and like whoever like this Ana can like just like support this. So like right here, I think you'll be okay to like even go for a pulse bomb here. That's fine. They're like stationary. Like you peeling for this Genji, it's fine. Like it's fine, but like it does give them space to like push up into.
Walk it off.
Just like old times.
I'm on fire.
Sure. Sure. Like it's a okay. I don't know why. Like
I'm on fire.
sure. I'm okay.
Anyone else? My ultimate's ready.
So we're trying to go for this pulse. See them rotating right. Scary.
Back in the box.
Okay, so decide to go with this health pack. I'm not a big fan. I think you should be like trying to like make it into this room.
Back in the box.
Unfortunate. Like you had a pulse bomb. You could like you just go for the back line. I'm fine with it. Like marking is good, but getting that pulse bomb, like using it is better.
He nailed it.
Okay, if you get their Ana,
Sorry, Cap.
The online.
Come for stopping.
The online.
at this point you're kind of just throwing your blinks away and
Sorry, Cap.
you're not really in... Okay, so you blink here, but it isn't gonna give you a better sight line. Like, you could, like, just... Like, right here, you can kind of shoot the Mercy, but... Like, you should go from here if that's your plan, but blinking here is just useless.
See the online.
Oh. No fair.
Let's see that again.
Nailed it. Sorry, Cap.
See the online.
Here comes the stopping.
And yeah, I guess, like, that's gonna be round. Okay, let's see that. Let's see this, though.
Yo, coming at you.
No fair.
Yo, coming at you.
Why do you blink here? Why do you blink here? I guess like the far is like gonna get you here, sure. Not something I'd like expect, but you have to dodge it. It's fine. Okay, so like you blink in, but you ignore the Genji here. We can win a duel against this Genji. And like this Genji isn't gonna be that well supported in the first place anyways. So I think you could take the duel. But you could decide to go for Mercy. This is unlikely given that you're under like so much pressure here.
Now, where were we?
Gonna make you feel better.
You get a kill.
Nothing to it. Nothing to it.
Decide to go for the Mercy. I'm fine with that.
Check this out.
Shoot the Genji. Like this Genji, like I mean, like if you can force out his deflect, like at least like that would be better than shooting tanks here.
Let's try that again.
Check this out.
I mean, like you could go for that hog. I'm fine with it as well. Does this hog have no breather? Okay, this is really greedy. Like, that hog should have used breather.
Whoa there.
Attack the objective.
Point mine. Welcome to join.
Heroes never die. Heroes never die.
Alright, let's...
I've got you.
Well. Alright, good job. Let's look at the next one.
Don't move.
So now we're on Sim. Decide to do like TP the point, sure.
At your service. Teleporter online. We move quickly. Sentry online. Get me.
So you place the turret, sure.
Order overcomes chaos.
Nope, you can't go for this like Zarya. Go for this Genji first. Like this Genji is the thing stopping your backline from moving up. Like along with this Pharah, so like clear this first before pushing up main.
The objective.
Need healing.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Seconds morning.
They're looking for an angle here. Okay, sure, you're trying to go like go for this angle. Okay. Shoot the ball, like just like pelt the ball like with the shots.
This would help. Fire.
Like right here, you don't need to like go for this Ana to get value. You can shoot the ball and get like plenty of value. Okay, like you can hear the Ana. The Ana knows you're there, and like your team hasn't like pushed through the choke yet. So, and how you allow your team to push through the choke is like by making sure this ball can't just like you know get five in the pile drive for free. So, instead if you go for the Ana, then like they can still hold the choke and like they can just spend like some resources to like clear you out. There's nothing that can help you with like your team can't help you.
Justice reigns from above.
There we go. The objective is mine.
Try to go for this Ana.
The objective is mine.
Get healed.
The objective is mine.
Get healed.
Sure.
And step. I could use some healing. Hey, look. Dein Schutz in
Nanobots administered.
Much better. I could use some healing.
Okay, minor nitpick, but you should be like trying to get to cover with 15 HP. Like one right click can get you.
Hey, look. Dein Schutz in
Nanobots administered.
Much better.
Unstoppable. Step right up.
Enemy shield coming at you.
I would prefer you approach from this way. Just create that angle. And like you have this mini to use if needed as well. Right here it's gonna be a bit dicey because like they're all just like you're just gonna be pushing through like this angle, and well, Mercy, but but like you're just gonna be pushing into the enemy instead of like around the enemy. And like you ended up on the flanks anyway, so like you wasted a couple blinks doing like just to end up on the flanks. When like if you're on the side, you could easily like catch that Mercy off guard.
Hold on. Hold on.
Helden sterben nicht. Helden sterben nicht. Helden sterben nicht.
Okay, so right here, it's a your team's like trying to force the point.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, so you're going for this Pharah.
Let's try that
You
again.
can try to like keep going for this Pharah while yes you don't have the requisite blinks to go for, but like right here you switch to like the Ana. Sure. Your team is leaving point. I think honestly right there
Let's try that again.
right there, like you could be like trying to move in and like just try to go for this far potentially. Like going for this Ana is going to be pretty difficult as your team's like just like swinging at point and yeah, but and like this there isn't a lot of cover for you to use against like the Ana here. Like you can pivot around this, but Ana can easily just peek around it. So if anything, I would like you to go for this isolated Genji instead. Like, sure, this Ana can heal, but like your team is like like ready in a position to just burst him down. So
Yeah.
okay, so you're on ball. Okay, you did all you could to mark ball. That's fine. Your team's not ready to capitalize off of that. They have your poke heroes have no LOS. Your Ryan and your Diva is like nowhere close to the fight. This is too early. Like this, like if this was a Zen and like you're close to it, then I'd be okay because that would result in a kill, even if they know. But Ana is like tools to steal. Ana used nade for some reason, but Ana's like a bit hard to hit. Ana has the threat of the sleep, and so like and like you're approaching from like an angle. You're approaching from an angle where like she has a lot of distance. So, like so this duel doesn't really favor you that much. But if you get like there's a chance you kill this Ana here, but like there's a bigger chance that like they just peel it off, and then you're stuck here with 0 blinks and no recall, and then your team wants to push in. You can't use that pulse bomb because you have no blinks and no recall. So, and you start shooting from like that distance. I guess you have to because the Ana's looking at you. That's why you don't want to go until like your team's like actually like posing like some distraction. Your team needs to be taking the heat off of you. And right here, you're just kind of feeding.
Time.
Like, sure, like, they don't really have, like, that... Not really good at peeling, sure. I guess Mercy's peeling, but... But, like, your team isn't even ready to, like, use, like, the fact that the Ana's distracted. Like, by the time your Ana's, like, almost close to pushing you out, your team's, like, just pushing in.
The objective is mine. The objective is mine. Much better.
Like, honestly, like...
The objective is mine.
Instead of, like, going for Ana here... Okay, so... Like, just hold this angle. Like, just hold this angle. Or, like, you know, you even play here. So that, and, like, if Ball tries to, like... Like, Ball's trying to clear you now. Like, right here, I'd be okay with you, like, just shooting Ball. Like, just prevent Ball, like, from, slamming into your team with full HP while, like, the enemy just grabs and nanos Farah. So you're not really, like, making an impact here.
The objective is mine.
So, like, you might be like, hey, they have nano, they have grab. Like, how am I going to win this? Well, like, the thing is, it is unlike... Well, this is a really unlikely fight to win, honestly, but... But, like, if you wait until your, like, team, like, actually pushed in, then there's a chance that, like, this Ana might forget to nano, or this Ana, like, might forget to, like, you know, heal up the, like, the trades that your team are doing with the enemy team. So, instead of, like, hey, this Ana can peel this off a bit, like, this Ball can, like, come back as well. Like, the fact that this Ball can come back, like, poke you out and, like, force out your recall and then go back to the fight means that, like, your team isn't ready. Like, ideally, the Ball, like, slams and commits towards the direction and you're just with the Ana alone. And this would force, like, many players back. So, so, like, the Ball gets to peel you out, force out your recall. They're not doing an ideal job of peeling this, I'm, like, sure, but... Like, this Ana should be, like, closer, probably, as well. But, like, like, you could have been with this Ana alone but without having to deal with the Ball if you timed it correctly. And like, you would have taken the distraction at a better time. So, let's take a look. So, Sim... Switch to the gun.
Day for some mayhem.
Walk it off.
Try to use your trap. Like, maybe at least, like, put it, like somewhere here, so, like, you could, like, potentially get Ball, but I want you to, like, start using your trap. And you can spam this. Like, they're all in this really enclosed space. Instead of, like, going for the Ball, who's just gonna roll away from your mines. Like, just spam this room.
Enemy.
And you need to be using your trap. Okay, so you're spamming this room. Sure. Use your trap. Your trap would be really useful for, like, alerting someone if they try to, like, take this flank, for example. Like, you know the Genji's here, but if the Genji went here, like, you could be in total surprise. And like, your front lines and your tanks are, like, too, like, busy, like, trying to, like, pressure this. So you won't get any, like, peel, so to speak. Except for maybe, like, Lucio, and your Ana's dead, so... You need to be using your trap here. It isn't, like... It doesn't take that much time.
The objective is now.
So... You're going for this Genji. He's already in the open, and your Ryan's already, like, swinging at him, and your Sigma's already, like, trying to damage him. So, but, like... You could be looking to spam here, or, like, to keep spamming, like, this choke. You can prevent the Zarya from, like, even coming out here to, like, maybe, you know, save Genji, then. That would be really big. Or, like, I don't know if you know, like, the Kree is there, like, in that closed space. But, at the very least, you should be looking to, like... Once you see the Kree, like, you're looking for this flank, but... Sure. Should be more decisively looking to, like, spam those chokes, though. Like, you are eventually spamming those chokes, but, like, sometimes you just, like, go for, like, Hail Mary and, like, shots on, like, you know, Genjis. While they're, like, deflecting. I think. Can you use deflect? No.
The objective is now.
And also, why haven't you used your trap yet? It's been almost like 30 seconds. Like, place the trap, get really useful information. Like, even if people don't step into your trap, if you'll know if they destroy your trap, and you'll know someone's there. And right here, I would like you to take an angle. Especially as your Rhine, like, all four of these players are actively doing something now. I would want you to take an angle. So, like, I want you to, like, go here, so you could spam, like, you know, this stair to white room, or you could just, like, spam, like, this side of point and make it easier for your team to cap.
On the objective. Gather at this position. Back guys.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Hey, place your trap. Place your trap. That's a bit close. Like, if you place your trap here, you would have knew the Genji's there. Like, around here, like, you would have knew the Genji's, like, there. Or, like, you would have trapped the Genji. So you're trying to go for Genji. Hey, fine, he's anti. Wait, like, why are you scared? You can just take cover. They don't really have, like, any one-shots. They don't have, like... They have, like, quite a bit of poke, but the Genji's already out. The only poke that they really, like, have is, like, pocketed Kree, which won't one-shot you. But, like, this is your chance to get value. You could, like, play here, or... Okay, let me see if you take this angle. Okay, so you try to take this angle, but like, at this time, they're already just gonna, like, bust out of the choke. Like, okay, I'm okay with you taking this angle, but, like, by, like, going here, you're losing so much potential damage. Like, it's not worth it to take this angle, because, like, it takes time to rotate to it. And if you're going to take this angle, use your... not concussor, like... use, like, your... like, use your, like, remote mine to, like, you know, jump here. like this Kree was like a free elimination. Free.
Step right up. Step right up.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay, so let me take a look. So right here, creature decides to poke you out a bit. You shouldn't even contest that. Like, sure, you're in a choke, but this Kree's at his optimal range, and like you're better off, and like your team isn't like really drawing any attention here. Your team's still trying to hold here instead of like rotating back to like White Room to hold it. So like the moment you see this, you back up and then you just bounce your mines here. You need to be like bouncing them. You don't need to look at the enemy to like actually hit them. You can just bounce them. You don't need to be looking at Pocket and Kree. You don't. Okay?
Step right up.
Okay, so you see this? I mean Genji's 1 HP. Like, if you knew Genji's 1 HP, you probably should have went for him. Like, Genji was low, you could have seen it. I think you could, like, be looking to chase that, actually. But you want to be spamming this choke.
Helden sterben nicht.
Step right up.
Helden sterben nicht.
I don't like you standing this close.
Sterben nicht.
Like, sure, this is, I've always said, hey, it's a choke, it's good, but you could be bouncing, like, the grenades, like, from cover. You could be playing here. And you could bounce it towards here. And why haven't you placed your trap yet? That's like a part of Junk's kit you're not using.
Hey.
Okay, let's see. Like, there's so many like, they have a ball, like, the ball can just so easily roll into your mines. Not your mines, like, your like, trap. Okay, so, like, if you place a trap, like, even a cheeky trap over here, or, like, basically anywhere, like, will eventually get the ball. You really want to be peeking that? If you want to be peeking this, then you can perfectly try to, like, bounce it. Or, like, make your peak at least much shorter than this. But, alright, so... Right here, these mines are kind of zoning. Your Ryan decides to push this, because... Okay, someone should be looking to contest this angle, sure. With your 9 HP, okay, you finally place your trap, but... Unfortunate.
Hey.
You're on soldier?
What?
That's a reload, I think.
Огонь по готовности.
Okay, so you're taking an angle. Okay, run towards your team. Unless you can, like, lure them far enough so that, like, when Genji gets dash reset, you can't just go for your backline.
Soul
I guess
dogs
like
learn
that
a
was
few-
far enough.
Horse and Crusaders!
Alright, your diva's like rotating to White Room. You should help her with this duel. Like, especially, like, okay, you're Ryan sleeping, so you might have to be a bit careful, but I think you can at least, like, outrange this Zarya. So, like, you can make it, like, it's you and Diva versus Kree. While Diva has to deal with the Zarya, but, like, she can do it for a while. Or, like, could even, I mean, it's risky with the ball, but... Could even rotate coast. You have a Mega to work with, so I think you could also take this coast angle. And this would, like, put yourself at, like, the maximum distance from their Zarya and, like, their Kree, so this might be a good idea as well. But you could also take White Room, that's fine with me. So your team's clearing White Room, you're on this angle.
You better get out of the way!
Sure.
And stay down. Need healing.
Gonna make you feel better.
Do you really use your field here? I mean, like, you could just play here, wait for your Ana to heal you. You can spam X, I give you permission. But, like, if you use your field here, then, like, you won't have the field to, like, use it to sustain yourself on, like, some angle, like, on a good angle. So... let's take a look, though. Right here, your team's holding, point.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Decide to rotate the coast, sure.
Helden sterben nicht.
I've got you in my sights.
Helden
I've
sterben
got you
nicht.
in my sights.
Огонь по готовности.
See ball, you decide to run away. Get slapped from the thing. Unfortunate. Let me see this again.
Helden sterben nicht.
So right here, you're
I've
poking.
got you in my
Your
sights.
team isn't, like, really putting pressure yet. Like, the only other player than you who's putting pressure is your Kree, but your Kree's gonna be really easily forced out if he keeps playing here. So, like, wait until, like, they push, like, onto, like, point. Wait until your Ryan's, like, collapsing onto this before popping your visor. So this is mistimed.
It's hot.
Like, you see, like, look at how many players are just going to be able to focus on you. 1, 2. Maybe this Kree will look at you. And how many players can punish that? 1, maybe your Ana. And, like, your Ryan and Diva are still rotating somewhere. I don't know, but somewhere.
Огонь по готовности.
Okay, so, like, right here, you could have, like, you know, just even ran, like, from coast and, like, just try to, like, relieve the pressure from your team. With, like, a visor.
Огонь по готовности.
Okay.
Knock me down and I'll keep getting back up.
Bad guys, heads up.
My ultimate is ready. Get in there, and I will
Bad guys, heads.
My
Let's see where the ball is. Okay, so, you do know, like, they have ball, so, like, always be sure to, like, check your, like, sides. See if the ball's there. If you can poke out the ball, then force, like, the ball to, like, play somewhere more passive, like, farther away, then that's already valuable. That being said, let's take a look. Farther from... I mean, unfortunate. Why didn't your diva use bombs? Unfortunate. Anyways, I hope that was helpful.